Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SportsPro Live. I'm joined with Michael Meltzer, who's the head of business development for Sorare. Now, Michael, the last time we spoke was 12 months ago at SportsPro Live, but the difference is you were still over in New York. I was over here in London, and we did an interview for our audience virtually, but now we finally got you in person.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you, Chris, and thank you for the whole SportsPro team for having me here. It's great to be here in person. It's an incredible crowd, and it's a really one of the more incredible events I've seen in Europe, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Awesome. Well, for me, I'm biased. I am the Sorare Fanboy Sports Pro. I've got my own gallery. I just told you about my recent purchase of a Buyakasaka card. Well, I won't talk about how much it cost me, but because then my boss might think he's paying me too much, but that's okay. So I'm a big fan of Sorare. I believe in the business. I believe in the game. It is, for me, a real soft spot because I love fantasy sports. So it hits all those right tones for me. And you know, we talked about the last time we spoke was 12 months ago, but you guys have had a very big 12 months. So maybe for those that haven't been paying attention, maybe just kind of highlight some of those deals that have happened.
Yeah, it's been a very, very busy year. Since we last spoke last spring, we've grown the IP portfolio tremendously. We've announced partnerships with MLB and the MLB Players Association. A few months after that, we launched the MLB, and then we thereafter announced a partnership with the NBA and the NBPA, the Players Union in basketball, and in that meantime worked to really solidify our football portfolio. We're most notably launching the Premier League in this past year. So it's been very busy, but it's been great. We now, I think, have one of the biggest sports IP portfolios out there across the world, and it's been really encouraging to see, but really busy, but lots of great partnerships.
And for the wider business, what do some of those deals mean? Because before you had a very extensive football portfolio, but everyone talked about, or at least I did as a user, sort of the absence of the Premier League. You've now got two of the most prominent American rights holders. You've now got essentially kind of the crown jewel of the football world. How does that open up the business for other opportunities of growth now that you have them in the portfolio as well?
Yeah, I think that the U.S., and we've been clear about this, is a primary objective of ours, and signing deals with the NBA and MLB was an integral piece. And then, of course, the Premier League has extraordinary global reach as well, and in addition to the other football leagues and deals that we have. But we're seeing great crossover between football fans who are telling us that they're watching an MLB game for the first time, and the NBA and MLB fans watching football. So these partnerships have been, and we're seeing really encouraging crossover between the sports. So, which was our thesis from the beginning, and we think that we're only seeing a growing global community. So these partnerships have been great in solidifying and driving users across various sports.
Absolutely. And in terms of just, it's a word that gets used all the time, sort of utility. It got mentioned in the session that you did with us. One of the things I've seen, I thought there were some really great executions around the World Cup and what you did there, the packages to go see Zidane if you were a winner. Are there still plans for the business in terms of what you're looking, whether that's with broadcast partners, or I've seen different teams hosting fans to come to games? Is that still something that's continuing to grow, or that's a part of the business so that it's not just simply about the fantasy game itself?
Of course. And the thing to keep in mind is the company is still so young, and we're so early on that lots of the different activations that you were just talking about are just at the beginning. And we have a much, much bigger vision to offer really unique experiences as prizing, to offer access to the athletes. We're working with the process of working with the players unions in the US on this. And I mean, there's going to be huge benefits of these partnerships that will be brought to bear, and will be a huge, very exciting for the community and people engaging with the product.
Yeah, speaking of the community, I know you have a whole team that's dedicated to that. I think one of the things that gets talked about in different circles when it comes to the Web3 space is community. I think Sorare does a great job of that. I've seen different things with the announcement of the Premier League, some of the influencers that are on YouTube, you guys are bringing them into that, maybe perhaps, I know it's not your specific role, but just what you guys are doing from a community aspect, whether that's the development of the product or how you make that more prominent part of the actual user experience.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about this before, but the community is at the heart of everything that we do. And there's not a decision or a large decision that's made, whether it be on the product, marketing, business development side, that's not made with the input or consideration of the community. And we're constantly listening to the community. And as you said, most of the marketing that we've done to date has featured the community because as a symbol of how important that is to the experience. And so I think we're going to continue to double down, listen, be transparent. This is still, as I said before, a new product. We're not going to get everything right. And getting that feedback from the community is really integral to improving. So we're just going to continue to listen, get their feedback, and hopefully the community will grow itself. We were talking about this before, but the organic growth is going to be key to this product, and that's where we really want to invest, and having a strong community is essential to that.
Well, I will continue to promote that community and be a part of it here at SportsPro.
Love to hear it.
I won't pin you down or make any, make you make any public declarations or anything, but like we said, the last time we were here, you said you had some announcements you couldn't announce, and it's obviously been a pretty big 12 months, Are there things that you're excited about, things that, like you said, you're not going to tell us here today, but should I be looking out in the next few months sort of thing?
I think the focus, as you said, is we've signed an incredible number of partnerships the last year, but the focus right now is product, gameplay. There's lots of friction still with the experience, the user experience, for those who aren't crypto native, and we're really, really focused on building, improving the product, growing the community, as we said, deepening the relationships with our partners, activating, and I think that will be the core focus over the coming months.
Yeah. I'll just ask one more question because I heard you bring it up, and I think it's, to me, so important is communication. I think one of the things I really appreciate about Sorare is it's very easy to label it next to crypto because it's Web3, and are there elements that are shared with it in the sense of it's based on Ethereum and you can trade and collect and do those sorts of things similar to crypto? It's also totally separate. It is, the way I try to explain it to people is you're not investing in crypto, but I understand why people have that confusion. Are those conversations that you have to have with some of those partners, or do they kind of understand what it is you guys are doing and where Sorare differs from the crypto marketplace?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a learning curve for partners, for consumers, for everybody, especially in the more difficult macro environment right now, post FTX. I mean, it's incumbent on us to work even harder to educate the partners and the consumers on what this product really is, and it's a sports and entertainment product that's just leverages the best of blockchain to allow unique ownership. And there's certainly a learning curve for people that we speak to, but I think once the concept resonates with people, once they see the deep engagement and the interest and how the community responds to this product and what that's doing for their sports, I think there's been a very, very positive reaction, but certainly there's a lot of, it's still so new as well. So I think we're created a new category, and that's consistent with any category. But there's so much chatter about crypto that we see that play out even more here.
Sure. Awesome. Well, Michael, I appreciate you taking the time. It's great to finally meet in person after all of our virtual meetings.
Yeah, no, thank you, Chris, and I look forward to coming back to many more of these.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks.